Welcome to Bible study, everybody. Here at JSOT, we are starting a new study through the book of James. Today, we are going to be looking at James chapter 1, verse 1 through 18. Now, James begins with something that we all face, trials and temptations. And there's a difference between the two, and I want to break that down for us. So, in verse 2, it starts talking about trials. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking in anything." So, maybe somebody's making fun of your faith, right? Maybe that's your trial. Think of trial as a test. Maybe it's that you don't have any money, or somebody's kind of, pushing your buttons, right? So this is a trial. It's a test. It's an opportunity for you to grow in your faith, to be faithful to God. So we take joy in being tested because we know that it means that we are in process and that this test will help us kind of jump to the next level, if that makes sense, if we persevere. So it means we're in process, it means we're growing, it means we're developing. So we take joy in trials. Verse 12 goes on to say that blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. So the point of the test is to build us up so that we persevere. And when we persevere, we will receive a reward, the crown of life, right? So in contrast to trials, let's read on about temptations. In verse 13, it says, "When tempted, no one should say, 'God is tempting me.' For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then, after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is full grown, gives birth to death." So, when you're faced with temptation, temptation is from the devil. It's meant to destroy us, right? Temptation leads to sin, and sin leads to death. When we're faced with temptation, we are to flee from temptation, run from temptation. Now, whenever you're faced with a situation, I want you to discern, use discernment. Is this a trial, or is this a test from God to grow in my perseverance? Or discern, is this a temptation that is leading to sin and leading to death? The last few verses in our little section of scripture here in James chapter 1, 1 through 18, basically talk about how God gives us good things. It refers to God as a Father of heavenly lights, and that he gives us good things because he chose us through Jesus to represent him. So this is my challenge to you. Persevere under trial. Your faith is going to be tested. You're going to face trials. And you will also face temptations. But persevere. Persevere under trial and persevere in your faith. And you will receive the crown of life that has been promised to those who love Jesus. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.